Hey everyone, okay, so today's video we're going to be discussing the top 4 skincare concerns that you may have and I may have. And along with Dermatica, we're going to be finding solutions to these issues and giving skincare and makeup advice for those skin conditions. So let's just jump straight in and make a start. So what is Dermatica? Now Dermatica is an online dermatology service, a team of dermatologists, pharmacists and formulation scientists creating custom-made formula personalized to your individual needs and goals. Now, I've been using Dermatica for years now, and I continue to do so, and it is the main part of my daily anti-aging routine. And the reason I use it is because I want to take care of my skin in the best possible way, without wasting excess money on products that truly just don't work. And for what it's worth, I'm filming this video entirely naked. There's nothing on my skin, is what I mean. Now, when it comes to skin, there are usually 4 main issues people want to deal with: anti-aging or skin vitality, rosacea, hyperpigmentation, melasma, and of course, acne. Now, generally speaking, I tend to fall into category 1, which is anti-aging. Now, Dermatica use prescription super ingredients, and these are the best results, the gold standard in anti-aging, anti-acne, and pigmentation control. And these are really effective ingredients that you cannot find in any cosmetic products. Now, Dermatica is easy to access, and you can use it online via the online consultation. Now, each consultation is tailored specifically to you and your needs. And as part of each consultation, Dermatica will ask you questions about your skin goals, and what your current routine looks like. And they'll also ask for photos from different angles so that their dermatology team can review your skin in depth and then prescribe the most suitable and personalized formula for yourself. And what's more, Dermatica is delivered to your door every 28 days, so there's no need to reorder, and it's automatically sent to you. So let's take a look at the different skincare concerns and how the right skincare can help deal with those issues. So, anti-aging. Now, when it comes to anti-aging and skin vitality in general, there are 4 gold standard options that are available. Tretinoin. This is a prescription strength retinoid that works with your skin to speed up skin cell turnover, which regulates and promotes healthier, younger looking skin. It delivers visible results that help to restore your skin from damage from the sun and general aging. Next is Hydroquinone, and this is used to decrease the number of pigment granules in the skin's pigment cells. Niacinamide is an active form of vitamin B3 with anti-aging properties. It can help to strengthen the barrier of the skin and is just a great ingredient. Azelaic acid is produced naturally by the yeasts that live on the skin, and it is effective for improving skin texture and reducing pigmentation. Now, I tend to use an anti-aging routine, so I typically use Tretinoin and I use azelaic acid. Sometimes they're combined, sometimes I use them singular. It really just depends on you and your prescription and what you're looking for. Now, for me, I like to have a very, very basic routine, which is that in the day I apply sunscreen, which is a must if you're talking anything anti-aging, right? You have to wear sunscreen. You have to wear sunscreen in general, so wear sunscreen. But when it comes to my evening routine, it's very simple. I use Dermatica, which gives me the best bang for my buck. It gives me the best results. And then what I do is now I use a moisturizer over Dermatica. So Dermatica first and then a moisturizer afterward once it's absorbed. Now, when you're jumping into advanced skincare routines and anti-aging routines, you want to jump in slowly. You don't want to go to the highest strength possible. What you want is to avoid any and all side effects, and it's possible to avoid those side effects. But you have to jump in slowly and you build up gradually. And the use of moisturizers can go a long way into reducing some of the irritating side effects that come with prescription skincare. And personally for me, I've worked my way up from the lowest dose up to the highest. I don't have any side effects. I don't have any skin redness or irritation or peeling unless I introduce something completely random that throws my skin off. But when I'm just dealing with prescription strength products and dealing with moisturizer, my skin reacts beautifully. And using those tips can really go a long way into allowing you to slide into a prescription routine without any side effects. And of course, if you do experience side effects, you can always contact Dermatica and they will guide you through how to minimize those. When it comes to makeup and anti-aging in general, if you're just dealing with wanting to make your complexion look the most beautiful it can, then I always opt for the lightest coverage foundation that you can get away with, because it is very important, particularly as we get older, that we're not overloading the skin with too much product, because when we add too much pigment, it can actually have the opposite effect and make us look older. So if you have relatively good skin, then let that skin show. Use the lightest weight foundation you can find, or use a full coverage foundation, which I prefer, but use it very sparingly. If there are areas on your face that need extra coverage, of course you can go in with a slightly thicker amount and cover those areas beautifully. Blusher is your friend when you get older. It is definitely your friend. It can add life and vitality to the skin and just make your skin glow. Bronzer is also a great option if your skin tone benefits from bronzer. You can absolutely apply it to give another glow to the skin. But generally speaking, with anti-aging makeup, what you're trying to really do is make your skin look the most beautiful. You're not trying to make it look the youngest. You're trying to make it look the most beautiful. And that is the goal, not only with makeup, but with skincare. It's you at your most beautiful, not at your most youngest. Because we don't want to be chasing wrinkles. What we want is to chase skin vitality. We want to chase our skin looking healthy and vibrant and beautiful. And also, when it comes to eye makeup as we get older, there are no hard or fast rules. But generally speaking, a little bit of eyeshadow, particularly something light on the inner corners, black mascara, opens up the eyes and makes them look beautiful. And you haven't used any techniques yet. You haven't gone into the crease of the eye with any colors. You've not even gone onto the lid with any color. But just by highlighting the inner portion and applying black mascara, you've gone a long way in opening the eyes and making them look more youthful. And as I've mentioned millions of times now, when it comes to concealer, unless you actually have dark circles that run all the way under the eye, then don't apply it there. This area of the eye, it moves. So when you smile and do any facial expressions, this area moves. However, the inner area, as you know, does not move. So when you apply concealer here, you get this incredible brightening effect. It widens the eyes and it doesn't crease. Okay, so let's move on to some other skincare issues. We'll start with rosacea. So what is rosacea? Rosacea is the cause of persistent redness around the cheeks, the chin, the nose, and the forehead. It affects about 10% of people, and you may have one or more of these symptoms, and that's persistent redness around the central part of the face. Your skin can be prone to sensations of burning or stinging. Spots and red bumps on the face, visible blood vessels on the face, and these can be triggered by alcohol, spicy foods, or excess sunlight, excess exercise, or extreme temperatures. Now, there tend to be two types of rosacea. Now, the latest skincare innovation treatments from Dermatica is how they're able to help deal with those two types of rosacea. The first one is ETR. And this is a type of rosacea where the face suffers from intermittent flushing and or persistent redness, burning or stinging, and sensations of swollen blood vessels. The next is PPR, and this is addition to all those other symptoms, but there can be reddish spots on the face and bumps. They can be around the cheeks, the nose, and the forehead, and they can resemble acne spots. Now, Dermatica have several treatment options available for those of you who are suffering from rosacea. The first is ivermectin, and this has powerful anti-inflammatory effects on the skin and is anti-parasitic. And this tackles the Demomex mite, which is often involved in rosacea. Metroxydenol is an antibiotic with anti-inflammatory properties. It helps to control redness, along with any spots and bumps that are associated with rosacea. You also have niacinamide, which is an active form of vitamin B3. It's antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, and has anti-aging properties. And it can also help reduce redness and inflammation on the skin, which is caused by rosacea. Azelaic acid. Now that attacks the bacteria on the skin, reduces the growth of harder outermost skin cells that tend to block the pores. And adapalene is a third-generation topical retinoid. It is used as a first-line defense against acne, but it also has some amazing benefits in diminishing skin roughness. Hyperpigmentation. Now, hyperpigmentation is darkened skin compared to your normal skin color. It can be localized or generalized. Now, pigmentation of the skin normally varies according to the Fitzpatrick phototypes and, of course, by the amount of sun exposure you've had. Now, Dermatica can treat dark spots and age spots, melasma, freckles, post-acne pigmentation. It can deal with it all. Good ingredients: azelaic acid, effective for treating acne as well as improving skin texture and reducing pigmentation. Hydroquinone is used to decrease the number of pigment granules in the skin, which I've mentioned before. It's brilliant. Niacinamide, an active form of vitamin B3 with antibacterial, anti-inflammatory and anti-aging properties. And Tretinoin, which is the prescription strength retinoid that works with your skin to speed up skin cell turnover, healthier, younger looking skin. It's gold standard. And again, you have adapalene. Adapalene is that third generation topical retinoid. It is used again as a first line defense in acne, but it does have some amazing benefits in diminishing skin roughness. Fabulous. And finally, acne. Now, acne is a common skin condition. It affects most people at some point in their lives. It causes spots, oily skin, and sometimes the skin can be hot or even painful to touch. Now, acne can be spots or pimples. It can be cystic acne. It can be blackheads and whiteheads, general breakouts, and blemishes. It doesn't discriminate. So the first step is adapalene, which again is a topical retinoid treatment used to decrease the number of acne pimples. It promotes quick healing of the pimples and is just generally great. Next is clindamycin, which is an antibiotic used to stop bacteria known to cause acne on the skin. It also helps to decrease swelling. Benzoyl peroxide. Benzoyl peroxide works to destroy the acne-causing bacteria that create blackheads, whiteheads, pimples. Benzoyl peroxide works in three ways. It kills the bacteria, it helps to reduce inflammation, and it helps to unplug blocked pores. And then you have azelaic acid. Azelaic acid is great. Great for acne, improves skin texture, reduces pigmentation. It is a wonder ingredient. Also niacinamide, which again is that active form of vitamin B3. It's antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, it's anti-aging. It's amazing. And finally, you've got tretinoin again, which is that prescription strength retinoid that works to speed up the skin cell turnover, promoting healthier, younger skin. And it is an excellent, excellent ingredient for spots, pimples, and acne in general. Now, from a completely personal point of view, I suffered with acne in my early 20s, and I cannot stress enough how distressing that concern can be. It was absolutely soul destroying for me. I remember it very vividly, and it was a very upsetting time. Of course, back then, we're talking 23 years ago, I didn't know much of anything about skincare and prescription strength products. I didn't know anything about it. So I opted for benzoyl peroxide, and it worked amazingly well for me. And it works for a lot of people as well. But when you are dealing with acne, the one thing that you really want to do and stay away from is overstimulating the skin, over scrubbing the skin, trying to pop everything, trying to remove everything. There is a tendency when we see the spots to want to scrub at them and pick at them. And I cannot stress enough how important it is that you do not do that. Very important. You will only further irritate the skin and make matters worse. I know you want to get at them, but please don't. Now, with acne, hyperpigmentation, and rosacea, there are ways of covering these things up. Now, of course, there are color correctors on the market if your skin is red, but what I want to do is give you the most effective makeup tips for these skin conditions. Personally speaking, I think it is pointless to be using a tinted moisturizer or anything like that. If you have issues on the skin that need covering, they require a full coverage foundation. The reason I say this is because, generally speaking, if you have acne and there's a 70% of your face is covered, or even 50%, applying a tinted moisturizer and then spot concealing each and individual blemish is soul destroying. You just want to cover it, and you want to cover it quick. That's the same with rosacea and hyperpigmentation if it's on the bulk of your face. What I like to do is use a full coverage foundation. But on areas of skin that are good, I use very little. On areas of skin that need more coverage, you use more product. That way you're just using one product and you're able to cover the bulk of these areas. And that is how I like to do it. I don't want to spot conceal because, like I said, it can be soul destroying to do that over the skin over and over again. Just cover it. Now, when it comes to redness and things like that, generally speaking, there's a couple of ways. You can use a color corrector. I'm not a massive fan of them because oftentimes you require a lot of product to take away that redness. And green is a good example. If your skin is left with a green tint, then you now have to cover that green tint. It's better to just use a full coverage foundation. You also want to make sure that your makeup that you're using isn't irritating. Stay away from makeup with alcohols in or makeup with excessive fragrance in because they can irritate the skin even more. Obviously, when you've covered things up, you want to set the makeup. Important that it's set so you don't have to keep overly touching it up throughout the day. Of course, makeup doesn't last. You're going to need touch-ups, but setting it with powder is a good trick. Now, another thing to think of that often isn't spoken about is the over-application of highlighters because we live in a world where we want to highlight everything. But sometimes it's best to use it very sporadically or strategically on the face. Say you're dealing with wrinkles or you're dealing with acne, and say they're on the cheek area. If you highlight that with a shimmery highlighter, all you're doing is drawing attention to it because if the skin has bumps or texture, by highlighting that, you're highlighting the bumps. So you want to generally avoid highlighting any area that you're not happy with. I'll give you a good example with me. So if I tilt my face down, I have bags under the eyes here and they extend relatively low down. They also kind of extend from the outside right the way kind of to this area. If I was to apply anything shiny and highlighty to this area here where the bags are, it is going to draw attention to that bag. I don't want to draw attention to it. I don't want it. So I'm not going to highlight it. It doesn't mean you can't play with highlighter and use it. You can use it however you want, but avoid areas that you're not happy with. Same thing with blusher. If the blusher is overly shimmery, it can accentuate skin texture and bumps. We may not want that. A matte blush can look just as beautiful, if not more so. When you're dealing with hyperpigmentation, again, good skin, full coverage foundation. On the good skin, just apply it lightly. On the areas that need the covering, apply it heavier, or heavier, should I say, and apply it to those areas so that you can cover them. They do not need skin correcting. For most people, skin correction is not necessary. Because as I said, people often over apply it, and then you've got a bizarre yellow or green tint to the skin that then needs covering with a full coverage foundation. You might as well skip it and stick with the full coverage foundation. Skin correcting and color correcting really can work, but it really is an art. Generally speaking, if you've applied green to take away red, there should be no green on the skin. It should not be visible. And that is how you color correct the skin. Cannot be visible. When it's visible, you've applied too much and you now have to overcompensate with foundation. With regards to generally, and I mentioned this in the beginning, but when you're entering into that prescription strength world, and you should enter it because it's a great world, just think you want to start off kindly, carefully, and with consideration to your skin. I know that we all want to jump in at the highest strength because we're going to get the highest benefits, and it doesn't work like that. All you get is irritation. Irritation can be minimized. Dermatica will help you minimize any irritation that can come from prescription products. But as somebody who has gone through irritation, I was doing everything possible wrong. I was using lots and lots of exfoliants. I was using prescription strength product. I was using strong serums. When you get rid of all that stuff, you think you need it, you don't. When you get rid of all that stuff, you're able to use the products that actually work, products that you cannot buy in the store, that will restore your skin and help it look its absolute best. And as I keep saying, anti-aging is not about a wrinkleless face. It is about the most beautiful face that you have and making it and keeping it the most beautiful. Now, Dermatica are currently offering new patients. The first month is free and then 10% off for your second month. So use the code that you see on the screen. So firstly, and to end this video, a massive thank you to Dermatica because they are a product that I've spoken about on and on and on for years. I use it whenever I speak about my skincare routine. It's what I use, it's what I speak about. It's just the way it is. I do not want to waste money on stuff that doesn't work. Don't have the kind of money to waste, and even if I did, I wouldn't want to. I want something that works, and Dermatica works. Work with your skin and you will get incredible results. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something with the different treatments that are available. And of course, do reach out to Dermatica. The code and all the information is in the description box right down there. Leave any comments and let's get talking about skin. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your time. I really do. And I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.